Jace is gone for 3 weeks, and when they come back, the first thing we talk about is a bunch of Marvel movies. Like,
First thing we talked about was comic books and indie comic books. And then
even mentioned for the last, 3 weeks. Jace comes back for what?
Is it all my fault?
And we thought it was we thought it was us, Kev.
I just finished Justice League. I thought that's where I was gonna go when we got back, but apparently not. Apparently,
well, we can do it. We can do it. We can talk about it. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. Yeah, shut the fuck up.
I love that Caleb's like Justice League, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Let's go. Kevin's like, dear God, please stop.
Can we not? Must we? Must we?
I watched it over the course of several days. I have
wish
still
I could have watched it over the course of several lifetimes.
I mean, it was long.
It was long.
I enjoyed it. There were moments that I enjoyed. Kevin, at one point, I remember saying, like, okay, so the only version I've seen is the Snyder Cut. And I remember being like, oh, shit, Wonder Woman's opening is fucking fire. Like, probably my favorite.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
You're so good. Probably my favorite representation of Wonder Woman throughout all of her appearances, like whether it's the first movie, 84,
better
which
than,
I thought,
like No Man's Land, like where she's like, I don't know. Anyway,
I mean that was a good moment, but I think the idea of like I was like, oh, that's right, she has like super fucking speed, and she does all this stuff. Like it was just, I liked it a lot. I haven't seen No Man's Land in a minute. I remember finding that also to be a really stark visual moment when I saw it.
It's pretty good.
But just in recent memory, I think it was also because the last thing I saw was Wonder Woman 1984, and I did not like it very much.
I haven't been anybody else.
Yikers.
I was like, I'll drink to that. But then I remember saying it, and Kevin was like, yep, and then that's all she does. I disagree. I think they low-key made Wonder Woman, like, the top dog in the movie.
Are you
what
unbelievably kidding me? Are you? She is the 6th dog. Superman has more to do in that movie, and he's dead for most of it. Yeah, there's a couple good scenes in that movie. We simply cannot relitigate the Rise of Skywalker, a bad film.
Come back next week for our Star Wars.
But there's parts of it where like Kylo and Rey are fighting in 2 different locations, and they're like bleeding over into each other. Like, I'm like,
that was easily the most confusing thing I've ever seen in any Star Wars movie ever.
Cool. And I just wish there was more of that in the film. I just like that level of like creativity and intrigue and energy is just divorced and absent from the rest of the film, because like what if Palpatine jizzed a family or whatever? Like I don't like what if Palpatine fucked actually? A film finally dares to ask the question.
Old guy named Sheev. Fuck.
Yeah, well he pulled out a sheath, you know what I mean? Like he unsheathed, if you get me.
He found a sheath for his lightsaber.
He found sheath.
Anyway, you want to talk about another drastic disconnect between One Piece and another piece in the same universe? How about I do a quick wrap up of my thoughts in season 4 of Community as compared to the episode we're about to talk about?
Because this is, of course, Advanced Community Studies, a podcast where we watch and talk about the American television comedy Community, 1 or 2 episodes at a time. We are also the premier podcast of the Yahoo Screen Podcasting Network. I am, of course, one of your hosts, TV's Kevin Lanigan, and I am declaring this DEFCON 4. That is, if DEFCON 4 is the highest one, and if high DEFCONs are worse than low DEFCONs.
True. Not true. It's not true.
I don't know how DEFCONs work. Much like the Dean,
DEFCON 1 is the worst one, and that's the whole basis of that joke.
Yeah, they count down.
Well, that's interesting. I did not know that.
I think I didn't either until it was explained to me, probably because of this very joke. Anyway, hey everybody, what's up? I'm Jace. I use they, them pronouns, and no, I didn't forget the soda. I just drank it all.
That's a callback. That's from a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, because I gotta do a little.
You didn't get to do that one.
I didn't get to do it, and I loved it so much. Papa?
Papa?
Oh wait, did you already do? Kev, did you already go?
Yeah, I go first.
I didn't remember. Okay, I'm.
He's got two children. Very cute.
The daddy host, the hostess with the mostest. It's and shit. I don't have. I had a quote and I forgot it. So I little community podcast with these two jamokes.
Oh,
love to be called a jamoke, a gender-neutral term like jamoke.
Only by Caleb, the only person that could call me a jamoke, and I wouldn't be mad about it, honestly.
Love a jabroni. That's a good one to call someone a jabroni.
But yes, to finish what I
yes, please. You were not here for the end of our season 4 wrap up, so I want your concluding thoughts, please, on the gas leak here.
I'm glad we shared this time together.
Are you about to quit? What's happening?
No. There are nice tiny little moments in this season. I'm happy we've made it through. I'm happy we've survived the gas leak. It's really insane how, like, upon watching it, first time I watched it years ago, I, like, functionally didn't even realize that season 4 was different than the rest of the series. Mm-hmm. I just kind of took it face value and was like, yeah. And then upon rewatching it, it was like, something's a little off. And then upon analyzing it with y'all, realizing, oh, something was very off. And just
something isn't right here.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh, nice.
In an illustration of how different the two of us are, Caleb did Star Wars and I did Bring It On the Musical.
That was Bring It On the Musical. Kevin, that is such a fucking deep cut. I love that you did that.
Right here. Okay. I know you're talking about Community Season 4. Bring It On the Musical, low key, whips, slaps, fucks. It's so good. It
was written by total of 50 people.
Yeah, it was written by a million people. Music by Lin-Manuel Miranda. And the opening, honestly, if you need a fucking gym pump up jam, the opening song from the Bring It On the Musical soundtrack.
It bangs.
It fucking bangs.
There's a few songs in that show that slap pretty dang hard.
I think it's bangers basically all the way down. That is for the sequel podcast, the community podcast, where we talking about Bring It On the Musical.
Oh my god, Kevin! We will get Jesse Cat on board, and that will be a whole thing. We'll talk. Anyway,
I feel like I'm too straight for you to want me to participate in that.
I already did. No, we need the straight perspective. We need the straight input.
All right,
Kevin, cut this part. Caleb, I have a bootleg. I'll send it to you. But yeah, so
give us a part about bootlegs. Keep it in.
No, don't collect me.
Jace has a slime tutorial for you, Caleb, to use Broadway bootleg parlance that you label it a
Caleb
slime.
Caleb doesn't even understand the slime tutorial reference. So
no, it sounds like something I should be told about at a workplace not to do.
Please, a lot of you have been looking up slime tutorials on the work computer. You must know that this is completely inappropriate. It is when you have a little Broadway bootleg and you don't want the algorithm to find it, you label it a slime tutorial. That is just
and oftentimes it's paired with really bizarre restructuring of the title. Not that this is a real example, but say.
No.
For perchance, just, I don't know, off the dome, if you were to do Beetlejuice, you may call it, I don't know, Bug Juice slime tutorial.
You
might.
Just for, again, completely making
well, I'm just thinking, tip of my, whatever comes.
If I had to. Yeah, sure. I get it.
Has a town, whatever.
I mean,
anyway,
why wouldn't you do Hellberg?
Hellberg, life is like a hurricane here in Hellberg.
Community.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that. Sorry.
So I just finished up watching the final episode.
You assembled these forces of chaos.
You did.
No, absolutely.
If the Oh my god, we are the three mother boxes of chaos. I was thinking about this earlier.
Anything in the DC
And together
universe
we
again.
create the unity. And of course, the three of us smell like Mother. And I'm going to bring it up a lot. How much you smell like Mother's box. I'm going to bring it up a lot over the course of the film.
I realized, I was thinking this might be a terrible thought, but I realized we are all this is kind of tangential. We're all a really specific representation of like combination.
Interesting.
So, Caleb, you're mixed race. Kevin, you're mixed sexuality. And me, I'm mixed gender.
Whoa.
We are the table. We are the study table at Community.
Yeah, we are.
We're just a frighteningly good representation of representation, minus none of us here are Asian. We are the study group. It's just we did it like Latin in fewer letters and words.
That's right. We are some sort of horrific, like, Punnett triangle, right?
We're
like
the Cronenberg.
fewer growing pea plants, yeah.
Oh my god. But yes, watching the final episode of season 4 made me go, wow, they really they tried so hard to wrap it up. There were a few fun little references in the background of like on the chalkboard and the whiteboard of like little like 6 seasons in a movie and like class the class schedule will be suspended until the next hiatus. And I was like, that wasn't even clever. That was just straight up telling us. Yeah. But there was also something really great. It was I just because I watched the final episode of season 4, and then I went straight into the episode we're going to talk about today, and it was super funny because it was yeah.
Cool. I thought you were going to say you watched the final episode of season 4 and went right to bed.
I didn't watch the first couple of season 5, but literally I was thinking about how one of my biggest complaints about season 4 was I felt like Troy was less funny than he typically is in this season, and then for some reason. Last episode of season 4, Troy is back to just like making me cackle every line, and I don't know how why they did it or nailed it, but like literally him being like something, I forget why, honestly, because the plot is atrocious in that episode, but like of them being like, we're leaving the study room, and then he just starts yelling, "Run, go, leave him!" and just about leaving Pierce behind, and just like the full like not even trying to hide that they're just not even about Chevy Chase anymore. I loved it. Aside from that, oh my god, the "it's all in your head" thing, and just
kill
like,
me, please, drown me.
That was that, and then just like pure fan service of like, oh, Darkest Timeline again. I was like, you didn't need to fucking do this, which is wild because I remember upon watching it the first time, it was a really exciting thing that like solidified the timeline thing as like a thing that I loved about the show, but then now looking back, it's like, oh, Darkest Timeline is so good because it came in so strong, not because they repeated it. And then jumping right into the episode we're about to talk about, where where Duncan is back and immediately thinks that
Hickey is Pierce. I always thought the toupee was a bit cowardly.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been taking care of my sick mother. She's still alive, but I've put in my time.
It's
yeah.
I'm happy
Anyway.
to see he's back. Frankie's not back yet. Frankie comes back in. No, not back.
Frankie has not arrived.
Frankie comes next season, right?
The first coming of Frankie is this season.
As
a different person.
Yes, it gets.
Oh my God.
We'll address it when we come to it.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Too.
They address it.
Don't worry. It's Michelle Norris interviewing Errol Morris. Don't worry. They address it. Oh, it's beautiful. Before we jump into the episode proper, one last bit of business. I ran a poll to decide once and for all whether or not Nicolas Cage was good or bad. The poll received 429 votes.
Holy shit.
All right.
2% said bad.
Oh.
14% said good. And a whopping 84% said, in parentheses, Nicolas Cage sounds. So, the jury is still out.
That's
amazing.
That's amazing.
The jury is still out. There's
Is
still
that from one of the episodes that I just missed? The one
yeah,
where,
that was the preceding episode where,
God,
where
I
they take the
fucking
Nicolas Cage
love
class.
that episode.
It's good.
God,
It ranked
I
very
got
well
to
for us.
catch up again.
Ranked very well for us.
As it should have. I'm glad to hear this.
No, we did not disgrace you while you were gone. Did not.
Actually, apparently you did, because I go on twitter.com the other day, and I see that I leave for 2 fucking weeks, and y'all start talking about how you love Nickelback?
Love is a
No,
strong
didn't say
word.
we love Nickelback. What we said is, if in terms of things bands seek to achieve, there are at least 3 that Nickelback has achieved, and that is everyone knows who the fuck they are. Everyone can
Correct.
sing at least one song, and the third,
Correct.
you do like the song you can sing. You just have a hard time admitting it to yourself.
Okay,
Absolute-
so here's my rebuttal to that. The reason why Nickelback sucks is because they are the epitome of a sellout band. They do not care about making yes, the reason why they're so successful is because they've nailed the market.
Sounds great. Good job, Nickelback.
No,
I think you had some really good conversations with the people that are in this band.
What sucks about
so
them
that
is
you
how
felt
much
like you
people
could tell
like
them that
them
the
and how
art they make
successful
sucks.
they are.
I mean, look,
People that think bands are sellouts to me are people that just don't know how to articulate. I don't like
No.
it.
I'm sorry, Jace. Do you have a music video for the 2002 Spider-Man film? I don't think so.
I
If you had
literally
the
don't know how to
opportunity, would you
respond to
sell
this.
out and do that?
Yes. No, I'm not saying that they sold out. They couldn't
Call them
sold out
sellout.
because they didn't. Okay, then let
They
me rephrase.
forgot
It's
about
not-
the music.
No, it's not possible. It's not possible to sell out if your game wasn't music in the first place. What they
Oh
did.
my god!
Yeah, no,
Wow.
I'm not even joking with you.
Wow.
These guys came in with a
Wow.
incredible understanding of the music industry. That is a credit to them. They came in, they knew exactly what their market was. They know how to make a tune that is memorable. They know how to sell a record. That is why they're so successful. That's also why I don't like them, because their music is fundamentally just like, we know it's catered specifically to it's
Their
they
audience.
just they're, I mean, not that-
Nickelback was through with standing in line to clubs they'll never get in. It's like the bottom of the ninth, and they're never gonna win.
'cause that
This
implies
life
that they
didn't turn
a
out
place of artistic
quite the
integrity
way
in
they
the
thought
first
it would
place.
be.
So what I think you're missing is that Kev's reciting lyrics right now.
Oh, I totally missed that. Well, are they Nickelback lyrics? Because that's why I don't
Yeah,
fucking know,
yeah, they are.
Kevin.
Yeah. Rockstar? Oh, come on. Everybody gets down to Rockstar.
I know like 3 seconds of Rockstar. I know a little bit of the chorus.
Hey, I wanna be a rock star. That's it. That's the chorus.
Oh my god.
They're all
How
tremendous
many,
musicians.
like rock stars do you know that are like, yeah, I want to be a rock star?
Okay.
Most.
Okay. Most.
Most.
Fucking
No.
almost all of them have a song
No.
about being a rocker.
No.
They're
no,
just
no.
following
They don't have songs about
Kiss
being a
laid
rocker. They don't have
the
songs
train
about wanting
track,
to
and
be a rocker.
Nickelback pumped their little trolley along. Okay?
Nickelback came in and said, "We all want to be." It's all. Nickelback is fan service as a band, and that's why I don't like them. Some people.
Jace,
that's
every
not-
band that makes music that their fans like is doing fan service for their fans.
I know that, but the difference
so you
is
just
Nickelback
described
is
Nickelback as every
100%
other
fan
band.
service versus I'm okay with a little bit of fan service. Nickelback is exclusively fan service.
That's really okay. I mean, Hot Take Friday or Hot Take Tuesday. Here we
It's
are.
that is my take. I'm just saying I don't like Nickelback. I'm also not a huge fan of bands that are all cishet white dudes. Just a thing.
Well, that seems understandable, given
To add an
That-
extra layer of my lens on this, I don't.
that checks
We're
out.
already so fucking saturated with all of that. I mean, like.
Sure. I mean, Nickelback's been around for a while, but I get you. It's not your boat, and you refuse to float it, and I understand.
I'm not gonna float them. I don't.
It's
I don't.
more than I think it's a little more than refusing to float it. I think Jace is actively trying to sink it.
You're trying
That's
to sink
correct,
the
Caleb.
fucking
That's correct.
boat.
I'm throwing rocks at their
Jace is
boat.
a iceberg.
I hope I never make something you dislike.
No, that's not possible, Caleb, because I know that you have artistic integrity.
But like, okay. You're saying some mad like
I am going a little hard. You are correct.
That's-
I'm
that's
being a
like-
little.
Yeah, you're only making me like Nickelback more.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
You're
Fuck
back.
you with your contrarian ways.
I'm not. It's a psychological process where if you come after someone for their beliefs, they'll only like them more.
I mean, that's true. This is very true. This has been
And
scientific.
I honestly had a pretty lukewarm feeling about Nickelback, but
And now
now
you're like, oh, fuck you, Jace.
Now-
I love them.
T-shirt gets here in 7 days.
Oh my god. If you show up, if the next time I see you, you're wearing a Nickelback shirt, I will turn around and walk away.
Oh God! How
Yeah,
much
this
money am I
next
willing
episode-
to pay for that bit?
Y'all, I swear, I have a sneaky suspicion that one of you is gonna send me a fucking Nickelback shirt.
Don't know your address, dog.
Kev, if you don't replace Jace's introduction this episode with just a Nickelback song playing over their voice, then like
Copyright
you missed
be
out.
damned.
You know, next time you're gonna censor
Look at this
anytime.
photograph, just the whole time.
I brought this on myself.
You absolutely did.
You did.
Caleb,
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
you fucking did.
Correct. See, hoisted by your own petard.
What
Hosted by your own.
I
petard.
see you made a bed and now I have
Thank
to
you,
lie in it? Very strange. You're telling me... Anyway. Weird. My chickens have come home to roost? What is this? Oh my God. I'm about to do a internet meme, but it's like me sowing. Haha, fuck yeah, this rules. Me reaping. Oh, what the fuck? One of the great internet memes of the last couple months. But let's dive into this week's episode, shall we? A million years into pressing record. Season 5, Episode 3. Basic Intergluteal Numismatics, directed by Tristram Shapiro, written by Eric Somers. In this episode, the ass crack bandit returns. After being mentioned one time 3 seasons ago, the ass crack bandit returns, and it turns out his whole deal was putting coins in butt cracks. So Greendale descends into a David Fincher parody to try and get to the heart of this case. It is another in the classic Jeff and Annie caper series, where as much as this group does not like that ship dynamic, we cannot argue that it has produced conspiracy theories, Law and Order, and Ass Crack Bandit, and I cannot refute the pedigree.
I think the reason why it works is because fundamentally these episodes rely on us being like, no, they shouldn't be a fucking couple. That's like a key aspect of them. They're like literally the Ass Crack Bandit over the phone goes, yeah, it's kind of weird what you two do.
It's like, come on, are they a couple or what? All right, let me be the 50th person to ask, what is this? What is this creepy business?
Your Jim Rash is
like to do
better,
cutesy capers. Tracing. The stables. We have stables? Jim Rash. This is a great episode overall. Rash has like 14 good ones in this episode. Rash.
I feel like Rash really proved himself as like a shining star, specifically in season 4. And they were like, one thing we learned is that we need to use him a lot more than we are.
This guy, so he gets promoted. Like, it's so many. Like, he's banning change from campus, and Hickey rebuffs, and he's like, "Well, your 2 cents is change, and it's banned."
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Where he's like, this seems like an unnecessary use of your school's money to prevent a crime that costs 25 cents a pop. And he goes, oh, this didn't cost me anything. He goes, you've just subtly
into owning a fake butt.
You just admitted to already owning a fake butt.
Hickey is like,
this churro tastes great in my real mouth.
The Chang thing. The backwards fake butt thing is so fucking beautiful.
It's fucking
very good.
Forgive the pun. It is so ass backwards.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
I'm afraid.
As a member of the council, good one.
I feel so seen.
It's fucking beautiful. I mean, this whole episode's fucking beautiful. Like, it's the Fincher fucking pastiche is so crisp.
The color correcting that they put on this episode too. The editor,
the early beautiful. Like the 2000s and 90s Fincher like green wash they put over this episode.
Also a very Soderbergh thing, washing movies in colors to nail.
He does love washing movies in colors. Soderbergh usually opts for like a a golden hue or something like that in like the Ocean's movies or Out of Sight. Out of Sight, he has like a whole scene that's lit by like the light in a trunk, but it's somehow just like one of the most like beautiful like little sequences of I've seen it in a long time.
The thing that's so great about this though is it's more than just that, because they nail the tone out the gate, specifically with Shirley's Boys singing a cappella
Creep. A haunting children's choir cover of Radiohead's Creep, which is a reference to the trailer for The Social Network.
Wait, really?
Is that really what that is?
Yeah, because like as far as I know, Creep is not in any David Fincher film, but the Social Network trailer, which whips ass, uses that song.
Well, I mean, that's a huge trend, specifically in more contemporary movies, is taking, especially now, they're getting older and older songs to use, slowing them down and putting them under some sort of like massive like scope.
Right. Well, I think it was just the regular Creep in the Social Network trailer. It was not in like Age of Ultron, like we're going to do a haunting version of Pinocchio's I Got No Strings.
The thing that's so great about it is that beat is so, they get so much mileage out of it because it starts and it's hilarious because you're like, why the fuck did they choose this song?
Are they singing Creep?
You're like, and a cappella, and it's like, and meanwhile Shirley's in the back doing basically a TikTok dance, just far ahead of her time, and then we cut to down the hallway with Garrett. Is that his name, Garrett? Right?
Yeah, it's Garrett. Yeah,
Garrett, like, when it rains boards with the dropping the pencil, right? Just, stupid Garrett bits, which is like, okay, great, I still feel weird. I'll get onto that in a second. But like, and then the way that, just that, like, the boy singing then turns into this ominous moment that still has like a little bit of that comedy underneath it to remind us this is a fucking joke, but it still instills that the timbre, like the vibe shifts, and you're like, something is terribly, terribly wrong, and not in a funny way. And it's just that moment right there. That's fucking Community. That is the thing that I love about this show. What I was saying about Garrett is I feel weird about Garrett because I constantly feel like they're not laughing with Garrett. I always feel like the show is laughing at Garrett, and it makes me kind of
it gets to like a weird place sometimes where, like, obviously Eric Charles Nielsen, who plays Garrett, he's very funny, he seems very game, but there's a lot of times where they refer to him as like, oh, God spilled a person, like we fixed Garrett, like all these, like, and then sometimes it's like, okay, he is a person that looks like this. Like, I know you're geeking him up and things like that.
Maybe it's because I don't understand his brand of comedy. I've seen a little bit of his stand-up, and even when I saw his stand-up, and maybe this is just me, like, having, like, a really jaded lens, but I look at it, and it feels like we are laughing at an awkward guy trying to do stereotypical male comedy.
Yeah,
and it doesn't.
I get you.
So I get weird vibes. If he's down with it, like if he's the one that wrote these jokes, then I'm like, fuck yeah, like if you got it, flaunt it, baby, let's go, But like, I always get a little bit of a weird feeling when Garrett's on. I'm like, this feels not in good spirits.
Sometimes I think they do. It's a balance. It really does vary by like the episode. It's kind of like the Jerry thing on Parks and Rec, where sometimes it's funny and sometimes it's like, this is character breaking. Why is Leslie Knope behaving this way to this poor man?
But with Jerry on like Parks and Rec,
it's scary.
Sometimes.
That was the point. Just to make Jace go, wait,
Wait,
did.
what?
I forgot about that whole plot point for a second. I was like, what? Huh? Fuck.
Did I fuck it up? Oh no.
And then I
shit.
remember they do this. No, but even with that though, I didn't feel like it didn't feel like the meta lens was laughing at this person. It genuinely felt like this is just a deeply entrenched bit. And it's like, yeah, this is the fuck up. For some reason with Garrett, I'm like, okay, that's there's like the lens of the show where it's like, this guy's fucking awkward. But it also, then when you pull back, I'm like, no, it feels like the writers and the people on set are making fun of this person. And I never felt that way with Parks and Rec with Jerry,
Larry,
whatever.
Whatever the name ended up being.
Gergich.
Gergich. I do get you, and I also have that same thing. This episode doesn't really flirt on it with me. Just,
No,
I mean,
this
if
one
only
actually
because
is
he's
one of the
in
better
it
ones.
so briefly, and he just has this voice to howl. You know what I mean? Like, it's just he's a great screamer, and to have him burst into the crisis alert, or he just bursts into the cafeteria and yells "ass crack bandit," like it's everything you want it to be.
Or even the other one when they're making the shitty sci-fi and he's the green guy.
Yuba dooba dooba.
Yeah,
that's
he's
great.
the Guga.
There are great moments with him.
Glip glop.
Yeah, glip glop. We need
Stupid.
They refer to it. This movie
Roiland
needs
came
some.
on.
This movie needs some Gugas, and Keith David's like, "Oh, I have some Guga."
From a gingivitis commercial, they didn't use them, but I got to keep them.
I got to keep the Gugas. Man, I can't wait to talk about Keith David for 13 straight weeks. But this episode also has like fucking Ben Folds.
Yes.
Like, not only Ben Folds
head
in
botanist
appearance, but like you get Ben Folds to do your haunting ass crack ballad.
That was perfect casting.
It's so good. I don't know. I mean, I guess like Ben Folds is just this guy. I don't feel like I see him.
I wonder if he was a fan and he was like, "Hey, let me get in there."
Yeah, it's because Ben Folds is not one of those musicians who's also like a character actor. Those guys. Like he's. I don't feel like I've.
Like Harry Connick Jr.
Dave. Right, like Harry Connick Jr., where like Harry Connick Jr. is, yes, a singer, but he also like is a significant character on like Will and Grace. Like it's not just a cameo, he's like a character. He's not one of those guys in the same way. There's someone obvious that I just cannot conjure. I cannot think of
Common?
right now. Common's
Leto?
a great example. Jared Leto, yeah. I mean, he counts. Unfortunately,
he unfortunately fits into that category.
I wish he didn't count, but he does.
A lot of categories.
Boop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Point for daddy host.
It's unfortunate, but but Ben Folds fucking comes in, and it's just like he has this funny little scene where he's like, "There's something you gotta know. This is a mild, kind sativa, perfect for playing guitar."
It is just chef's kiss perfection, Ben Folds.
Funny
because
little
he's
dude.
A funny guy, and he actually does a really great job in that role. Yeah, but he's effectively just really good at being able to be himself on camera, and that seems like that's insignificant. That is not an insignificant task. To be able to just be yourself on camera is impressive. Neil Patrick Harris has made an entire career out of it.
Right, playing straight vertions of himself.
Caleb
Right?
King's like, what? I'm like,
I was like, hold on.
I'm halfway joking.
Yeah, no, I got you. I got you. I got you. I didn't immediately, but eventually I got you.
Like, what are you?
I'm gonna assume we all knew the same people and say, like, remember like that period of time when like people were just finding out that Neil Patrick Harris was gay, and they're like, but he plays such a convincing straight guy. Like, how does he do it? And I'm like, first of all,
the world realized that straight guys aren't hard to
that straight guy, but also like is like. Barney Stinson, the character, does, yes, lust after many women. Is he a stereotypical straight? He, does magic. Like, what are you talking about?
I actually didn't realize, apparently, like, Perez Hilton, like, is the one that outed him?
That sounds like something that fucking scumbag would do, yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
No, I'm sorry. If you were worried that we were pro Perez Hilton, we are gone.
Clearly, you've come to the wrong place.
Clearly, you've come to the wrong place for pro Perez Hilton community podcast. I'm sure there is one, but it is not this place.
It's not us.
No, it's not us.
Go elsewhere.
It's not us, fam. I also, as a big... I'm moving on from Perez Hilton. I simply must. And I'm going to talk about one of the masterpieces of the 2000s, David Fincher's Zodiac. This episode has so many perfect parodies of the... Have either of you seen Zodiac?
It's been ages, so let's act like it's a no.
Oh, okay. It's magnificent. I watch it every couple of years. It's fucking... It's... That Zodiac and The Social Network fight it out on top of a mountain for who is my favorite Fincher, and it really just depends on which one I watched most recently.
Social Network?
Yeah, dog.
That's such a very different vibe from what I think of when I think of Fincher.
It's just
some guy wrote it. I can't think of his name.
Srock.
Oh, Fincher didn't write it too. This was just someone else's.
He never writes. Fincher doesn't
write. No, he picked a different kind of movie. He was like, this one, I want to do the one about Facebook.
It's the same cold killer methodology that you find in so many of Fincher's works. It's just applied to the new killers, Mark Zuckerberg. Like, it's the same cold rationality you find in Seven or Zodiac, but it's applied to sociopath Mark Zuckerberg, right? And it's really just, it's those two movies on top of a mountain in a thunderstorm fighting over which is my favorite Fincher. And again, it's just which one I watched most recently. But Zodiac, when there's these great sequences where they're like getting mailed the Zodiac letters and they have these guys like reading them out loud. And it's these like horrid run-on sentences like, I'm going to shoot the guys and then you'll know. And I have come, and they just nail that, that letter structure. It should have been called the run-on sentence bandit. Like there's
Shirley with the hit.
And that's one of the last things she does in the episode. But, but the dean being like, Shocker. You can't stop me. What are you going to do? Not have butts?
Shirley is the Wonder Woman of Community.
Dude, that's so fucking real. She
comes in hot at the beginning and then is underutilized for the
underutilized. It's still a heavy fucking hitter.
Still a heavy hitter. What you give her, she's gonna nail.
Yes.
If at Nicole Brown more than Gal Gadot, but we
correct
simply must digress. But yeah, this we figured out that he loves money, or he hates it, or he doesn't care about it, and he hates butts, or loves them. It's just these great little stacks they put on.
I love the moment where and he's like, hold on, we got something, and he's like using like the tongs to pull the note out of the teddy bear's butt, and then Nikki, what's the new bald guy?
Hickey,
thank you. Hickey.
Just picture him making out with your neck and leaving a mark. Just picture that.
Thank you for that visceral image, Kevin.
You're welcome. Happy to help.
But Hickey's being like, we need a bag. And Dean's like, oh, would you? And just grabs it. Just like the absurdity of or like or there's the quarter in a bag, and then you see one of the other guys just kind of like pretend to get sick in the background from seeing a quarter, like just very much like that. Immediately I was like, oh my god, Seven, like the guy walking into the room and seeing these basically like dead bodies and just like just disgusting.
The scene in Seven where they find the sloth guy, and he's this guy that's been in bed malnourished for so long and is somehow like still alive. It haunts me.
Yeah, because he doesn't move. He does the death knell that like bodies do when they're like. It's weird. It's real weird. I love it.
It's completely fucked
Seven's
up.
great.
Crazy shit. But
good flick.
Seven's great.
It's a crazy movie.
Check it out.
Movie. But I think also here's the other. Also, I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but I do at one point want to ask. We don't need to answer it just now, but the question is, who do you think is the ass crack bandit?
We're gonna find out next week, aren't we?
We're gonna find out next week, exactly.
What do you mean we're gonna find out next week? Or are we doing a poll?
How quickly you forget? Next week, to celebrate a belated 1-year anniversary, we are doing a live stream of my community RPG game where we are going to find and unmask the ass crack Bandit. And I am going to, as your game master, I'm not going to give away any portends. I'm going to say that going into the game, I don't have a pre-described idea of who it's going to be. It's going to be based a lot on how you investigate. You are not solving my perfect crime. Does that make sense?
Are we going to take on the role of characters in the show, or are we being ourselves?
You can be whatever you choose. You could be Caleb Sawyer, Greendale student. You can invent a Greendale student. No one has taken this in the other sessions. You could roleplay as a pre-existing community character, but no one has yet.
I'm gonna be Buzz Hickey.
Oh yes.
Okay. All right.
Well, I did see. So okay.
I've
so
seen
then maybe
that video where the guy says it's Abed and he presents his proof.
I saw a different one.
Okay, because there's
I saw
a few
one that was very
theories.
much like it's totally not Abed. There's no way it's Abed.
A bunch of people, okay. So there's a bunch of. I have long said it's Rich. Just because whatever, it's Rich. I don't care. Like the
Rich. Rich.
The thematic point of the episode is not who is the ass crack bandit. The point is that we don't know. It's like Zodiac, right?
Right.
That whatever. I'm being a stickler about themes. Rich has always been who I've said.
Zodiac killer, like watching people make movies about you.
Right. I mean the movie Zodiac definitely tells you who it thinks did it. But it does subscribe to the reality where they were never caught. You know what I mean? Like, there was no one ever attributed to those crimes, and it's too late. Whoever they are is probably not alive.
Right.
Well, I saw a different one. So, first of all, we get a little bit of, like, a fun little, like, hint in, like, the last episode ever, where they kind of hint on the fact that it's Annie. I do not buy that. I do not think Annie
I don't buy on her or Abed is their motivation to do it. That is not in the like, whether or not you can piece together that they could do it. I don't buy it as a character motivation for either one of them. Those characters, Annie especially, and Abed will do some like fucked up things. I don't think he
would. Here it is. Ready? Fundamentally, debunking Abed in 1 second. He would never do that to Troy.
Damn.
He would never do that to Troy.
That's a good point.
Would he hire somebody to do it to Troy?
No, he would never do that.
He would not want that harm to come on to Troy.
He knows Troy's sensitive about his butt.
Doesn't Troy like butt stuff, though?
Yeah,
well,
but
they
not
would.
When
right.
No,
it's contextual.
Come on, Caleb.
Just because someone likes something in their butt doesn't mean they want something in their butt like all the time. I know.
All right.
No, Abed would only do that to Troy in the hundreds of pages of fan fiction that exists, where I'm sure he does that.
After Troy asks him to, though. Anyway.
Of course, it's all. I'm not into dubcon fan fiction. Okay.
So. I saw a video that was very convincing to me that I actually really enjoyed this explanation for. Britta.
Interesting.
She is a bummer.
Caleb. No, I don't remember all of the main thesis of this video. I am gonna have to find it, and I will send it to you.
I could see that more than the other two. Just, she is shit on so often that this could be her secret victory that she cares. Like, they never caught me. I got away with it. Everyone was scared of Britta for just once.
It fundamentally falls into the kind of stupid prank that Britta would pull, as we've
the frog
seen
prank.
Stupid pranks, right? We could fundamentally see her writing these stupid fucking notes.
Right.
Totally could see her. So, one of the arguments, it is a loose argument, but it is a fun argument to play with. When she's writing up her essay at the end, she says the ass crack Britta, and then backspaces an ass. That could just be Britta being Britta and messing it up, but also you could view it as a Freudian slip. There's a bunch of other stuff that kind of breaks down like how she could have pulled it off, motivation, stuff like that. I gotta find it, and I'll find it again. I'll send it to you. I kind of love that explanation. I think they also straight up did like an analysis of handwriting.
Yeah, I've seen the Abed video does an analysis of handwriting. I think it's like Film Theorists or one of those channels. And it was going around a little while ago, and they did like a handwriting analysis, and they said that's how they knew it was Abed. Whatever.
Oh my god, no.
I mean, the real solution to the handwriting thing is that they were written by the same person in the props department. Like, it's not like
right.
It's like, I'm sorry to be that guy, but it was the same person in props going like, fuck, okay, whatever.
Let's just do this. Speaking of Abed, though, Abed has an amazing moment in this episode. Where is it? Dean says, Abed, you're special. Why don't you go and tell us what happened? And he stands up and he goes, I'm seeing network TV, mildly autistic characters with special abilities. And he goes, painful writing. And he does his face, and then he drops it and looks at Dean like with a face that I can only describe as a fuck you, and then walks out. And it is one of my favorite Abed performances in the entire.
It's a great one.
It's
a
great.
Yeah, and that was
it's self-aware. It shows growth in Abed. It fits with the character. It's just right on the money.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
And that is a long-standing trope of crime fiction, but it was very prevalent around that time. Where like FX is The Bridge, starring Diane Kruger, and Matthew Lillard, like she was on the spectrum, and that made her better at crimes. And then I feel like a big one on the same network as Community is Hannibal, which is one of my favorite shows
and there's
of
also
all time.
Bones. Isn't Monk also that same thing?
Monk is the defective detective. So yes, yeah, that's. I mean, he's like OCD. I haven't seen Monk.
Yeah, he's OCD.
I'm just gonna come out. I'm just gonna be
I haven't
open.
seen it either.
I haven't seen Monk. I like Tony. I have nothing against Tony. He won like 12 Emmys for Monk. You know, but if I want Tony, I'll watch Galaxy Quest. I'll watch Big Night. I don't know if
Galaxy
I'm gonna watch
Quest
Monk.
fucking slaps.
Yo, Galaxy Quest is so good. I also
Galaxy Quest.
it's so wild to think of Tony as in Galaxy Quest and Men in Black.
Oh, he's so good in Men in
Very
Black.
different roles. He's got that guy whose head grows back.
Yeah. I love Tony. Love Tony Shalhoub. He's great in Barton Fink, the Coen Brothers movie.
He wrote a Tony-winning musical that is one of my favorites I've ever seen. The Band's Busy.
Of course he won a Tony.
Of course he did. Because he's Tony Shalhoub.
And he was in it, too.
Wow.
Maybe he didn't write it. I'm pretty sure he was on the writing team for that, and he was also in it. Oh my god. One of the
band's
best musicals I've
visit
seen in a
went
long
right
time.
to my heart. Excuse me for being alive in the 90s and having 2 ears connected to a heart.
Did you see The Band's Visit?
No.
No, it was wild. Incredible show. A fabulous show.
Sounds great. I wonder if there's a good taped version of it somewhere. And I'm not talking about Slime Tutorial.
I actually don't know if there's a slime tutorial of that one. I can do some research.
I have to Google this.
What, Slime Tutorial?
Yeah, what the fuck is it called, a slime tutorial?
Just go on YouTube and search, like, Broadway slime tutorial. I mean, don't
do that.
I mean, don't.
There's a whole bunch. Also,
Slime Tutorial, Ice Lady, Broadway.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Slime Tutorial, Russian Princess. Don't do that. Don't do it.
Big Rock in the Night Sky and Russian drama. Like, there's,
Slime Tutorial, Aquatic Sponge. Do not do this.
That one's not even a slime tutorial. That one's just straight up, like, Nickelodeon recording.
Yeah, Nickelodeon produced that. I did watch that on YouTube.com. And I'm not mad
That was an interesting watch. I wasn't a huge fan of how they broke it apart with the commercials, but I knew that they had to.
It was unavoidable.
It reminds me of how they did Legally Blonde on MTV back in the early 2000s, which fucking bangs!
Yeah, talking about another fucking slapper. What you want, what you want is right in front of you.
I love when Kevin gets into a musical vibe. It's one of my favorites.
Thank you. I'm feeling songy. I'm feeling saucy.
Yeah.
Anything else about this great episode while we're here? Honestly, no notes. If I have one
Starburns
note.
is back. It's a perfect revival of the character.
Yeah, it's fun. Cat car. We love the cat car, folks, don't we? If I have one note, it is that the Pierce's death thing is just like, oh, here it is, Pierce died.
That didn't bother me.
But that is also like, that is how it be in life, don't it? That is how it do be.
Yeah, it didn't bother me at all, especially because it was like, all right, fucking can we just please? It just felt appropriate too, because it felt like, well, shit, we're not going to make a big deal out of it. We don't want to make a big deal out of it until the episode where we do it the entire time. But
right, next week we need it this week so that next week we don't have to do that exposition. Pierce is already dead, and we exist
also,
in that world
fundamentally,
already.
In this of all episodes, this is the episodes where that bombshell would be a perfect contribution to the tone, as well as something to interrupt the progression of the detectives.
Right, and it does kind of come in as, like, a snapback to reality for our characters. Yes. We do have the, like, one last look detective sort of thing, but it does kind of bring them out of, like, okay, we need to get back to real life. Like, the stakes of the Ass Crack Bandit are comparably microscopic compared to our friend just died. It's not wrong, and I don't even think I would like it if it's like set up earlier in the episode, because like that. I just don't.
Put it at an actually really effective moment. Like I think actually as like a beat, as like a moment in the progression of the plot, I thought it was actually really effectively placed.
Yeah,
it does feel a little out of left field, but I actually kind of like that about it personally.
I'm not mad. It just I get why it would be like, whoa, and now that you're used to it, it's just like, I don't know, this is the part where Pierce dies. We all know.
Yeah. Thank goodness. Oh my god, took him fucking long enough.
Chevy's still kicking, though. Chevy's still here.
It's so wild because it went from literally today while I was reviewing the episodes for this episode, I was watching finale of season 4 and then into this, where Pierce just like bursts into the room and he's like, stop the graduation, like I'm gonna graduate first, and Jeff's like, this is oddly appropriate. You've accidentally stumbled on the correct thing to do, and then to come back in and then immediately have Duncan be like, oh, Pierce, glad to see you're not wearing that stupid toupee. It was great. And then it's like, oh, Pierce is dead, and it was like, oh yeah, this was, wow, what a jump that I just did.
My shoe is untied by British standards.
Yes! High five! Oh, you meant an American high five.
American high five.
Fuck this. This is stupid.
It's so dumb, but I love it. I love the comical version of London that Duncan is from, where like their words have no meaning. It's just this fantasy place of mirth and whimsy. It's so strange.
You just like make some of it up intentionally to be a creep, which is like, fuck you. But then it's also fun how you like, there are parts where you're like, I actually don't know which parts he's intentionally making up and which things are just like canon in this universe.
We use an ancient form of British Facebook called Mug Scroll.
So fucking dumb. I love it.
It's fucking stupid. I love Duncan. Yeah, this was a provision, because when Howerman comes back, he knows that Donald is leaving in a few episodes. So he basically calls in an audible with John Oliver, is like, hey, I know you're busy winning a bunch of Emmys. Could you do me this one solid of being in a bunch of episodes of this season, because I'm kind of adrift here? And apparently Oliver said yes, because he's in a bunch of episodes this season. It is like the last season he's in. He does not show up in the 6th at all, but it was kind of this like, okay, if we're losing Troy, who's the second funniest person? Oh, John Oliver. who's number 2? I guess Jim. Who's number 3? Is John Oliver to come in,
but Jim wasn't a concern for them. Jim was on the up and up, and they were like, we got to figure out who to bring to fill that.
Yeah,
gap.
Jim only becomes more central as the show goes on, to the point where, like, in season 6, he's basically like second to Jeff for that whole season.
Yeah, and which is also a really effective shift of the plot as well. They're like, okay, it's the Save Greendale committee, and it's like, so the dean must be one of the main characters now.
The best work they do on that character of Craig Pelton is in season 6, where it's like, he is a central figure, he is a human, and the Jeff's animosity to him is basically dissolved to the point where, like, Jeff is his closest confidant. Like, they have, like, meetings together. Like, Jeff, Frankie, and the Dean. I love it so much, the way that this, like, congeals into something. Anyway, we'll talk about that when we get to it. Let's
get there when we get there.
Let's do our rankings, shall we? First up, the N tag, Starburns Cat Car. A good place to start. Number 48 is the Starburns Memorial video.
Not as good.
Not as good. Not far, but not as good.
No, not far. Lots of shirts. I forgot about that one.
They wear a lot of shirts. You gotta remember that.
Matching outfits. Gone Before... I would actually... Here's my first thought. I'm totally willing to shift this. Below matching outfits, above Gone Before Breakfast.
I am thinking similar. Daddy Host.
I
know you love Gone Before Breakfast.
I don't love it. I like it.
But do you like it more than Starburns explaining that he needs you to donate money so he can buy a dog to scare the cats to drive his little red wagon?
I personally think Do You Hate This is funnier than this one.
Oh, you're so right.
I would put it between that and Chang throwing his phone away and being like, why did I do that?
Yeah, yep, I second that.
All right, that sounds good to me. Starburns Cat Car.
Do you hate this?
Do you hate doing this?
It's so funny.
Do you hate this?
Do you hate this? Do you hate doing this?
All right. Now into what I think will be a challenge. So I'm taking the creative liberty. I'm going up here to the top because our two Jeff and Annie Caper episodes, Conspiracy Theories, is currently our number 12, and Law and Order is currently number 9. So this is a narrow zone where these episodes fit in, and this one is up there. Like, this is a really tremendous episode that belongs up here. It gets tough because this is when was the last time we were up here in this zone? I guess it's near the end of season 3.
Literally in the middle of season 3.
Pretty sure I had
season 3 episode 13, Basic Lupine Chronology, is the last time we've been up there.
Curriculum is number 14, so we're, it's been a minute.
Which one's that?
Curriculum Unavailable is the John Hodgman fake flashback episode with the Greendale Asylum.
Stop letting him make you realize things.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think this one's a little bit further up there. It's at a point where I hesitate to break the top 10.
Okay, so what's number 10 is Physical Education, the billiards episode. God,
I like this one better than it, honestly.
I think
what
so.
What Jason didn't come through for me?
What'd you say, Caleb?
What did you say? It didn't come through for me.
Oh, I said I think this one is better than Phys Ed for me.
This
is the most tense.
It's narrow
we have ever had.
The only thing I will offer as my what would be a counter to what you just said, Jace, is that I don't even know if I can formulate it in a way that makes sense.
So then
Phys Ed's full of everybody being on. Everybody being on. And this episode's also everybody being on, but it's missing Pierce. And while I don't think that's a bad thing.
Correct. It's also got Mickey, and we've got Duncan back, and the Dean is at a new level, and we've got this amazing pastiche on it, and
that was the only thing I would say is that Phys Ed's real good and everyone's crushing it, but also everyone's crushing it in this one. It's just which version of crushing it do you prefer?
Right. I think for me, my ranking goes more toward the episode as a whole versus the performances. I mean, the performances definitely play a part in it, but I think when I think of this is an episode where everyone's on their A game, for sure, great episode. But for me, an episode that nails that little magic charm that makes community to me just edges it out a little bit.
Sure.
Well, how would you compare this to the Law and Order episode? Is this better or worse than the Law and Order episode?
Not as to me, not as good.
I like this one more than the Law and Order episode. I also don't like that one as much as you do. I like Physical Education more than the Law and Order episode. So for me, the number 9 is a no-brainer. But number 10 is tougher to me, because kind of what I'm weighing, I agree with what Caleb said, is that like physical education is a better ensemble piece, and it's not that the characters in this episode don't have a lot of like fun things to do, but Abed gets like one moment, Shirley gets like one moment.
But
whereas physical
Troy
education
getting up slowly and slapping Starburns in the face.
I mean, that's definitely good. That's a good, but again, Troy gets like one moment, and physical education is such a beautiful ensemble piece where it's like, except for like Annie's missing pen or something like that, is like maybe the best this show ever accomplishes at giving everyone a bunch of funny jokes in one episode.
Yeah, I think, but as far as that's jokes though, because when I honestly have a hard time remembering physical education as an episode. Like, the episode itself doesn't stand out to me. I'm sure as you two would be like, oh, but there's this bit and this bit and this bit.
I disagree. Like billiards class and teaching Abed how to date, like those are classics to me. Those are
Kev. Yeah, I'm about to do something, and you're not gonna like it, but it's the right thing. It's the right thing. We have listed the last 4 episodes where we've wanted them to be without Jace's input. I think Jace gets to pick where this episode goes,
and I think that's valid. That's valid.
That feels very strange.
This is a weighted voice. This fucking electoral college. Of
oh God! Now I feel responsibility. What the fuck? Do you do this all the time? What children?
This is why I'm good at being a dad. Well, because I can say one. I'm the Jeff Winger of my family.
Well, love that for you.
Another thing that I don't know.
In the way he solves arguments, not in any other way. Hold on.
Sure. You get the person to argue with themselves. They're going to lose because they've chosen a thing to defend. Because to them, truth is a circle, and everything within it is truth. But so another thing that Jace, I don't know if this affects you at all, but we're basically choosing if the best of season 5 is better than the best of season 1. Does that make sense? That like if we bump Phys Ed out of the top 10, the only season 1 remainder in the top 10 is Modern Warfare, and I don't know if that matters to anybody else at all. But it is something that I'm thinking about. Is that
I think for me though, I'm decidedly not using a nostalgic lens for how the rankings go. I think we've talked about this a little bit too. Season 1 gets this extra little, like, it feels like a holographic Pokemon card. You're like, oh, it's shiny. It's like it's the first season. Like, this is the first thing we ever saw. It's so pretty. But when you play it in a game, it still might, it's like a fucking holographic Magikarp. It's like, yeah, it's pretty, but does it fucking do anything?
Jesus Christ!
This is of course an over-exaggeration of the metaphor, so that makes sense. But
savage. But
I'm not calling season 1 Magikarp. Season 1 is far better than a Magikarp. Do not misquote me.
I'm gonna use that as an insult against somebody someday.
Just call them a holographic Magikarp.
Homie, you're a holographic fucking Magikarp, bro.
You look great, but what do you do?
You look great. What the fuck are you here for?
You look pretty and you do nothing. And that's fair, right? The nostalgic thing is definitely a factor.
Season 1 has a bit of a nostalgic lens on it, and while season 1 is beautiful and it brought us into what we love about the show, the thing about Community that I love about it is the fact that it just, with exceptions, kept getting better.
Sure.
And the characters got more developed. They found their tone. They leaned into the weird. They found what they were doing, and that's what's so is the fact that the show keeps just like ramping up. Because there's other shows where you like hit it and you're like, okay, I'm just stable the whole ride through, and those are fun. And then you have other shows where season 1 is the best season, and I think that's something that we see so often, that we're so used to being like, season 1's what got me hooked, and then we're just used to them dipping off, so we want to make sure that we hold season 1 with respect. I think season 1 is very well placed. I mean, it's given us...
Choose your next words very carefully. I'm kidding.
I was like, what? I was like, see, I think season 1 has given us really
Season 1 is the Nickelback of... Community seasons.
Jace thought when I said choose your next words carefully, I was talking to them, but I was actually talking to Kevin, and Kevin got it right.
God.
Whereas
Sorry.
season 2 is the X-Men, you can't beat it. If it's season 1, it's Nickelback, you admire it for
season 2
some.
just came out swinging, and I think there is something because season 5 is effectively, in a certain sense, a new season 1.
They repilot, if you will.
Right, exactly. So I look at
Doing
this.
the Lord's work.
And so I mean, I do feel like there is a little bit of man, fuck, that's the season 1 that's in the top 10. But we've still got Modern Warfare, which is that Modern Warfare is the season 1 episode, hands down, no question.
It's a mind blower. It's the undisputed champ. I can't
when that comes in, you're like, holy shit, that is like they open up with a crane shot, and you're like, where the fuck are we right now?
Shows can do this?
Excuse me?
Right. So I am going.
You're gooing?
I'm going to say
right.
that I want to place season 5. Is this episode 3?
Episode 3?
Season 5, episode 3. Oh, my question for the two of you: ignore physical education.
Sure.
Done.
How do you compare the Law and Order episode to this one? Which one is better to you?
I like ACB more. This one, I like Fincher more than I like Law and Order.
And I'm partial to Law and Order because I fucking grew up with it.
Well, fuck, this didn't make things easier for me at all. Okay.
Yeah, no tiebreaker for you. You're the tiebreaker.
I know. I'm trying to figure out if I want this to be 8. Sorry, if I want this to be 9 or 10.
I mean, if we're gonna do it, let's make it the new 9. I say go for it. It's not Modern Warfare. I do think that is. There are honestly a couple season 5 episodes where we can have a conversation about it beating Modern Warfare. This one is not quite.
No, this one's not going to beat Modern Warfare. I'm just trying to think, where do you put
Law and Order?
Right? This is the other thing, is now we're doing pastiche against pastiche, and it's that thing that these episodes are so fucking different, but they both nail what I love about Community. Oh God. Okay. I'm gonna. Fuck me, balls.
I would like to remind you, Mr. Winger, this is not a courtroom.
Is this at basic lupine urology?
Yeah, that's basic lupine. Dick Wolf.
Yeah, that's Uncle Nobby.
Uncle Nobby. How do we know he's not a Holocaust-denying 9/11 pedophile?
I'm gonna say this is. I hate this amount of responsibility that you two have put on.
This is fucking tough, and I do not envy you.
This is tense. I'm literally, is this, because it comes down to, is this better than Dick Wolf, or is this under?
Is this under Dick Wolf? Is it top or bottom to Dick Wolf?
I was waiting for it. I knew it was somewhere in there. Oh God, I'm holding this whole thing up. I don't know. This is
Jace.
I gotta make
Jace. You get a coin.
Jace, you're a bee.
You say get a coin.
Jace.
Flip a coin.
Jace,
Here, I got it.
Flip a coin, because the good news is you'll know exactly what you want that coin to land on while it's in the air.
And it's thematic,
Oh, do I have a coin?
I have a coin.
Jace,
right,
isn't
David,
the
you
abstract
flip a
bandit?
coin, and then I reserve the right to agree with or disagree with the coin flip, but this is gonna help a little bit. I hope.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that heads is Ass Crack Bandit, and tails is Basic Lupine Urology. Flip it, and then don't tell me what it lands on, and let me know when it flips.
Okay. Well, it was 4:45. Now it's 4:45.
Okay, and it's landed, and there's a decision.
Indeed.
Tell me what it says.
Wait,
It's
what?
heads.
It's heads. Okay. Yeah. Ass Crack Bandit is gonna be new 9.
That was the most That's how I thought that would go, but it's fine. It's where
I was like,
what did you? What did you think it was? Tails?
I thought Jace would tell us. I thought Jace would tell us what heads and what tails was, and there would be
They
drama
did.
to the flip.
They
But
did.
instead, It all happened
my
inside
in my
Jason's head. You
head.
could have fucking made it up. You could have just made it up.
No,
It's fine.
Jace said, like, heads is this, tails is this.
Did I not?
Oh.
Did I say that? Didn't I?
I don't remember that.
It happened. I swam to John.
I
Swan.
I don't remember saying it. Maybe I didn't. I don't.
No,
fucking
you
know.
did. You did. Okay.
I did. Okay.
Kevin, play the tape back. Kevin, play it back.
Heads is Ass Crack Bandit, and tails is basic lupine urology.
Heads is Ass Crack Bandit, and tails is basic lupine urology.
Heads is Ass Crack Bandit, and tails is basic lupine urology.
Edit that in.
Only time will tell. How rushed am I going to be to get this out on Thursday? Who knows?
Sure.
All right, new number. Wow. When was the last time we broke the top 10? Pillows and blankets.
Stressful, y'all.
And don't worry, it's going to keep being stressful. I'm going to go ahead and update the master ranking sheets that does our season averages, because that is fun for me to do. But now we're moving into the section of the show that we call plugs. I'm going to keep it simple, stupid this week. Next week, we are doing our live stream RPG of the Community Tabletop RPG, where we will unmask that dastardly bandit, the ass crack bandit. And you can find that on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Kevin Lanigan, where you can find the read-through of my play, all the short films I'm about to post, because I just bought a camera, finally. So that will be the place to check out the work from me.
Woohoo! I have a pretty exciting announcement for y'all. Ooh. So a little while back, I participated in another podcast called Is It Transphobic? With a good friend of mine, Ashley. She's great. And I honestly, I didn't know when she was going to post it. And she just made a little announcement on the Instagram today, being Tuesday, that it was on the Patreon and it was going to be released publicly. I believe if it's a place where you can listen to this podcast, it's also where you can listen to Is It Transphobic? I believe they're all on the same platforms. And it's coming out on Friday. So if this comes out, when we're expecting it to on Thursday, it'll be public to y'all on Friday. I went on to her show, Is It Transphobic? And we talked about community, and we talked about the relationship that as performers and people in the art world and trans people we have with Dan Harmon as a writer and creator, what his role in controversy is, and we talked about that a little bit. We talked about the season 1 finale. We basically asked the question, is it transphobic? And we talk about other things that are relevant to the discussion. It was a fabulous time. I highly recommend checking out the rest of her podcast as well, but this will be a fun little intro episode for y'all, since you clearly like community if you're listening to this.
Right.
So go ahead and check out that podcast. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a fun time. Really, really exciting, eye-opening experience for a lot of people, just because she always has great guests and they talk about really exciting movies and TV shows, and they look at them through a trans lens, and it's an exciting experiment in opening your understanding to other perspectives. So go give that a listen. That's going to be a whole vibe. Send her some love. It's going to be a great time. I honestly don't remember what I said, because this was recorded a while ago. I think we were still recording season 1 when...
wow.
I know, it's been a minute. Wow. But yeah, Is It Transphobic? I think there's also an Instagram. Let me make sure I give you the right @ The handle is the thing. Yeah, it is a handle. It's just Is It Transphobic? @ Is It Transphobic? I think it's on Twitter as well as Instagram, and they've got just some great stuff up there. Go ahead, give it a little look-see, a little listen here, because I'm on it. I do things. Yay. Yeah, that's my exciting news for this week. Happy to be back, y'all. I miss y'all.
We missed you.
We miss you.
Obviously, we talked about a bunch of dog shit tonight because we had so much pent up. We missed talking to Jace energy. Thank you for finally relieving that pressure in my skull.
I just did a small incision behind the ear, just relieve some pressure, some fluid.
Yeah, like an expert, like you knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing.
I'm pretty decent with a scalpel.
Yeah,
All right.
terrible opinions about music, but good with a scalpel.
Fight me, Caleb.
Shit. I don't have much going on right now. It's been a rough couple of weeks for your boy. Don't know why. Just, brains and chemistry and emotions and dread. Or not dread, despair. That's what it is. I did that earlier today, too. Things, life is weird sometimes. I do have a podcast coming up relatively soon with Adrian Buskey, who hosts the Fictitious podcast that talks about sci-fi or storytelling in sci-fi settings. We're going to talk about storytelling in games. It's supposed to be tomorrow, Wednesday, the 16th. Nope, 14th, because time is a blur and every day's a blur's day. Supposed to be tomorrow, but appointments and kids and swimming pools and shit. So I've got to go pick up the youngest, who I cannot just plug into a TV and come down and record. Anyway, it's coming soon. That's the thing. I'm also starting a radio drama with my cousin.
Ooh, fun.
And this will be the only podcast I talk about what the plot is concerning. So anyone that hears this, congrats. It's about two estranged brothers who have to deliver the remains of their estranged father to where he wishes to be buried. But it takes place in space, like between colonies and shit in the far future.
Oh, that's fucking rad, Caleb. What the hell?
Yeah,
What
my
the
cousin,
hell?
cousin and I have been
Bullshit.
planning things for a minute, and we just had this idea kind of pop up, and it's dope. So, we're starting the storytelling process out with me recording a voicemail that's my character calling his brother who he hasn't talked to in years. And then he's starting the storytelling process out by calling me back. And then we'll go from there. It's really cool. It's unscripted. We're experimenting. It's going to be fun. So wait for that to come out next year.
Next year.
Yeah. But yeah, just be good to people and to each other. That's really my biggest takeaway. The last couple of weeks have been so yeah, be good to each other.
Yeah. Oh, also, I also want to make sure we take an opportunity to just acknowledge what's going on with Dwayne Wright in Minnesota right now. I mean, what is there to be said, honestly, at this point that hasn't been said already? Just more of the same, more excuses from the police, just trying to somehow justify their behaviors as if negligence or unpreparedness or any of these things that they're saying it is were even remotely acceptable as excuses.
When I was a kid, if I said, oops, I thought I was throwing a rubber ball, not a rock, at my brother, I would still get my ass whooped. If I'm a cop and I say, I thought it was the other, fuck off. Sorry, go on, Jace.
No, but I mean, that's exactly, yeah, that's exactly what it is. To somehow present that information as if that somehow excuses the behavior. It's like no one, that information didn't change the way we viewed what happened. If anything, it just made us more upset to see that someone that makes more money than us, who has been trained for all of this fucking time and has been on the force for years and years and is in a position of power within the force, somehow can't tell the difference between a gun and a taser, as if that somehow excuses the fact that they murdered a 20-year-old black man.
I'm not a cop, but I can tell you, those things feel wildly different.
They also look wildly. Also, it's like, the training, it doesn't make sense. You know where they are on your belt. You don't reach for one side when you want to reach for the other. That's not a mistake you fucking make.
Oh no, we've seen through the plot holes.
Yeah. Oh no, they've seen through our ruse, our expertly crafted mirage.
Oh no, you done it. Sorry, I gotta laugh at this because I'm dying inside.
No, I think that's a valid outlet. I think laughing at the absurdity of what the fuck, I mean, if I wasn't holding space and trying to have some sense of positivity about, like, not even positivity, just being able to laugh at the idiocy of the fucking police. It would be rage, pure rage, for my black and brown siblings. I just wanted to make sure that we took a moment to acknowledge that, because I think that that's important for us as people who possess a platform to kind of shed some light on. So if you're out there and you're listening, I don't want to speak for the rest of the group, but I have a feeling when I say we love you, I'm not overstepping my bounds.
Yeah, you're good on that.
Okay, cool. We love you. As always, if you want to talk about anything, I'm always open and available. I typically have the spoons for this kind of stuff. I am white. I will hold space.
You're the second person who's fucking said spoons to me this week, and I've never heard anyone use it in my life.
It's great. Check out spoons theory or whatever it's called. It's really useful in being able to communicate how much space you have to hold space for other people with what's going on with them. This is all my way of saying I've got the time, I've got the energy. I'm on Twitter at JACENZIEV. I'm also on Instagram at that same handle. If you want to talk, vent, if you need anything, I'm here for you. Just regardless, it's rough out there, and if we don't have each other, then we don't have anything. And if I can participate, and I'm sure these other two as well, if we can participate in creating some sense of community, then I think we're doing our job. I didn't mean it to come out that corny, but it really worked out.
But it was unavoidable. There was no way around it. Yeah, I will offer my DMs as well. Mostly just like, hey, if you need a space to vent, I will listen. No one needs like my input and my opinion on any of this horrible stuff that's going on. But if you want to say, hey, I just need to yell at somebody, here's a wall of text, my DMs are fucking open for that. You go nuts in there, folks. Like, and they're, that is unfortunately, besides my funds and my body at protest, there's not much that I can offer. But besides boosting the right voices, but I will, that is completely open. And if anybody, ever knows of good charities, or organizations or anything that can benefit this, please pass it on to me. The Greendale 3 account, I try and do like fundraiser things every so often and encourage other people to do it. You can have a fucking plug on the show if you donate any amount of money to these organizations. That is a constantly open platform. That does not end when I stop posting about it. So everyone can have that at any point. And that is the most I can do at this.
Yeah. Just, Black Lives Matter today, Black Lives Matter tomorrow, Black Lives Matter every day. All Black Lives Matter. And this is an inarguable truth.
Yep.
Absolutely correct. If you like, stay tuned for the guest interview after this. I decided kind of at the last minute to throw a guest interview on the end of this episode because it's like a great episode. I'd feel bad not letting someone talk about it if they wanted to. So stay tuned for that. Check out the live stream, probably starting around 9 p.m. EST next Tuesday, 420. And we will be doing that.
That's what I'm doing on 420.
Now you know. You can do the other thing beforehand. It's legal here now.
And I was like, I feel like I have something.
I have this dumbass podcast I do. Yeah.
I have this dipshit podcast I do every week.
About the really sitcom that's been off the air for like 6 years.
I missed it. I've missed you two immensely these past 2 weeks.
Oh, thank you.
Chaotic, but happy to share space with you two again.
Oh, thank you. And you're back for a hell of a run of episodes here.
We are in season 5, going one at a time now, right?
Yeah, mostly. I might double up if I think there's a pair of episodes that might not be particularly interesting on their own. That's TBD. We'll talk about it at the end of every episode.
What is TBD?
To be decided. determined.
Or determined. One of the Ds.
The correct answer to that question was, if it's what I think it is, I had it in the 60s.
In the 60s. That's what that's a Pierce line.
Yeah, Pierce fucking says that.
Oh, God.
Troy says, what is TPD? And I thought y'all would pick it up, but no.
I did. Well, yeah, we gave you the literal answer.
That reminds me of this
You acted like I didn't actually know what TBD meant.
I was surprised, I'll be honest.
But I just didn't. I was like in a no assumptions, no judgments kind of zone. It reminds me of that the boomer meme of people being like, "What does IDK mean?" And so be like, "I don't know," and they're like, "God, nobody fucking does." And it's that's my shitty joke for the evening.
Fucking who's on first ass.
Yep.
I love that bit. I don't care what anyone says. I love who's on first.
Have I ever told you all
who's
about
on
the
first
only...
is the sellout of comedic bits.
You're so wrong, Caleb. I know you're trying to make
unbelievable how wrong you are. Did I ever tell y'all about the only...
Like, there's a difference.
The only good sketch I've written in New York, which is a dramatic Eugene O'Neill style reading of Who's on First.
No way.
It's people like throwing furniture at each other. Just like screaming Who's on First at each other. It's the only good bit I've ever written here, but I'm very proud of it. Every time I get to perform it, it is a treat for me. Anyway, we'll be back next week with that live stream. But until then, remember the 3 B's, belts, briefs, and buddies. And until then, pop, pop.
Pop, pop. What if I just started singing like Creep, just like really...
Out of the shadows, down the coin goes.
What was there was another sign off that I thought of last week, and it has completely left me. But there was something that I was like, oh, we should say this at the end of every episode.
Can't help.
I don't know. Black Lives Matter.
That question was at all answerable by us.
Yeah,
I know, right? I asked.
There was this idea I had, and I never told either of you. What was it?
Right? I haven't spoken to you in a few days, but you know what I was thinking when I was traveling, right?
It certainly wasn't. Let's say hi to Caleb.
I'm so sorry.
I'm just gonna make you fucking pay for this.
I know.
Forever.
It said 4:45, but it was 4:45. You thought your plumbing was safe, but your jeans were half-mast. Another coin down the drain. Now that's some change that won't last. 25 cents at a time. He's taking our souls. Government man can't help. We're all alone. Are you feeling the breeze? Did you pull your belt tight? You know that it's wrong. You know that it's right. Out of the shadows, down the coin goes. Why, oh why do you suppose? Only the bandit knows. A-S-S-C-R-A-C-K bandit. A-S-S-C-R-A-C-K, can't stand it.
You'd expect either that's a Community reference
Mm-hmm.
or
Exactly.
oh, that's a weird sweatshirt with a butthole on it. But
What
to
the
get
hell is
nothing
that?
is
Yeah.
odd.
Nothing.
Get
I
nothing
just-
is strange.
I mean, I barely go anywhere besides the grocery store, so I feel like when you're at the store, you're just so laser focused.
you got to
and for
get
me,
in,
get
get your
in and get out.
garlic, get
Yeah, that's me. Get in, get out.
I cannot. Yeah, maybe everything's changed. Who knows? Maybe you'll emerge out the other side of this because Community hit Netflix right as like nationwide quarantine was like hitting full effect. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
So that was like maybe you'll emerge out the other side and you won't be able to wear it in public without people going, "Oh." Because there's that thing, as many platforms as there are. And
Yeah.
for as long as Community has been on, there is still this thing where for a lot of people, if it's not on Netflix, it doesn't exist.
Yeah. It's so weird seeing people like tweets on Twitter, people saying, "Oh, I just discovered this show Community. Have you ever heard of it?" It's like
it's been off the air for 6 years.
Yeah, it aired like 12 years ago. Yeah, I've heard of it. Maybe.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I lived it.
Right?
And there's nothing wrong with new fans, obviously.
Oh,
like you want
not.
new people to come in. It's just weird when they do a Columbus and they're like, I discovered Community, and I'm like, wait
a minute.
Hold on just a minute. You harnessed it. I guess you discovered it. You didn't invent Community.
You didn't invent it. Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, I was born in the darkness. I was molded by it. I was crafted by it. You have merely adopted the dark, which is being a Community fan and living through 6 years of headlines that are like, blank person says movie go. And then you read the article and they're like, it's the same thing you've been hearing for 6 years, where they're like, everyone wants to do it.
Yeah. Did you read the Variety article today?
I didn't even bother. I mean,
you were right to not bother with it. I made the mistake of I opened it just to see how clickbaity the headline actually was.
Extraordinarily, I have to imagine.
It was just Yvette saying, "Oh yeah, we text each other every day, and like we want it to happen, and that's half the battle, and that's it. That's it. It's no like it's sooner or later is what the full headline should have.
That's what they say, right? She had a very optimistic opinion about whether or not it's going to happen, and that's great. But it's, I mean, that was, I guess I hold Variety to a higher standard.
I do too.
I was surprised at how misleading it was, you know? Even after all this time, even after I have that Charlie Brown and the football meme saved in the camera roll just for these exact occasions. The misleading headline on the football Community Twitter on Charlie Brown. It's the same cycle over and over again.
I just live that meme though every day.
Right. Well, as a maker of headlines, you must have a particular perspective on.
Yeah, I try so hard, and I make sure that the rest of the team follows suit. Like, I don't want to put clickbaity shit out there. Never. Like, obviously, you want the headline to be enticing, but you don't want to mislead anybody.
There's a difference. There's a difference.
Agreed. Like outright leading people astray versus, ooh, click me. You know.
Right. There's a difference between, like, you know, the headline that's like 4 new cast members added to Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
That is different than these constant headlines where it's like, Martin Scorsese eyed for Marvel movie, and all that actually happened is that he said, like, yeah, Marvel called me once, you know, years ago. And it's just it's really blatant misdirection. And I can only get so mad. It's like all of this stuff is entertainment, but still
it's... I mean, we all know how Scorsese feels about Marvel, so...
He says one thing, and they have not let it go for years. It's unbelievable how much... Like, all he said was like, hey, listen, your toys are toys. And people were like, how dare you,
How dare you? The lynch mob, the Twitter mob just
came out. And they are still out. And it's that, you know, that I hate to just paraphrase memes, but you know that Mad Men one where they're in the elevator and the guy is like, I feel sorry for you. And Don Draper's like, I don't think about you at all.
Oh, yeah.
And Scorsese is Don Draper. He's
That's
like,
exactly. And you know what? Let him live his life. It's okay. He doesn't have to like Marvel.
Exactly.
They're doing fine on their own.
I don't like, he is not the big dog in this situation.
No.
He dared criticize, you know, a Disney property. How dare he? And so people got out the knives came out, the pitchforks came out. But like, it's, if you read like the initial quote, it's just like, because of the way entertainment journalism works, he's been asked about Marvel movies at every interview he's done.
Yeah.
Probably since at least Wolf of Wall Street in 2013, if not Hugo. And like and you just feel the frustration of like, stop asking me about these. I don't care.
Oh man.
Movies,
I can't even imagine. Like just getting asked the same questions over and over again would drive me crazy.
Same questions over and over about things you have nothing to do with. like, okay, if you're a Community cast member, yeah, you're going to get asked about the Community movie over and over again. But at least you would, in theory, be in that. He's getting asked over and over again. Like, he's out here with the World Cinema Project, and he's trying to, like, bring movies from around the world to people who would never have access to them. And they're like, so what do you think about Doctor Strange 2? And he's like, I don't care. Stop asking me.
Irrelevant
to what we're trying to do here. But this is, of course, the interview portion of Advanced Community Studies. And I am thrilled to be joined by a longtime Twitter friend, managing editor of Geek Girl Authority, Melody McCune. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I've been wanting to have you on for a long time because like you have the right mindset. You're obviously a big Community fan. And I just find I did it in a way I don't like to do, where I was like, hey, last minute, do you want to come on the pod and talk Ass Crack Bandit? So I'm glad you said yes.
I feel like sometimes I have anxiety, and
sure. Who don't?
I feel like if people don't corner me into doing these things, I won't do it. So I almost prefer the last minute approach because
you don't have time to think about it.
Exactly. It doesn't stew in my head. I can just say, yes, I'm going to do it.
You don't have time to be self-conscious about it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that is basically the story of my illustrious Brooklyn comedy career, where like nobody ever asked me to do shows, but I'm often in the right building for someone to drop out of a show. And then they're like, do you want to do something? And I'm like, I don't know, sure, I'll think of something in the next 30 minutes to do at your show, sure.
You live in New York?
Yeah, I'm a Brooklynite.
That's where I'm moving to.
Congratulate. When are you moving?
Hoping early next year. So I've been living in LA for about a decade. I like it, but I want to try. I mean, I lived in New York right out of high school for like 2 years.
Oh, wow.
And then I spent the last decade in LA, and I've always wanted to come back. Like it left a big impression on me. So this is going to be a big move, but I'm excited to come back to the East Coast.
Yeah, welcome back to the East Coast. I have nothing against my LA people, my LA family. I just don't think I would enjoy it. It's too sunny, and I'm too sad and Irish.
I agree with that assessment. It is it's very sunny. It also doesn't rain. It rains like once every
few months.
I love
the rain.
I do too. And I actually miss the seasons. And I came back here. I'm in Ohio right now. I'm from Ohio originally. Staying with family. And I came back here last summer to kind of ride out COVID, and I just realized how much I miss seasons. I had my first winter here in like 10 years, like with real snow. And my thin ass California blood was not liking it.
Was frozen in your veins.
I know, but I adjusted. Yeah, so I'm excited to switch coasts again and see if I like it. You know.
Yeah. Welcome back. You know, you can always move again. I mean, you know, people ask if you live in New York. They're like, you know, have you ever thought about leaving New York? And I'm like, where would I go? I've
heard that from so many New Yorkers, right? Where do you want me to move to?
Where do you want me to move to? What's so enticing about? Where do you want Chicago? You want me to move to like Austin? Like, where do you want me to go from here? Maybe if I ever got to an established point as like a writer or a filmmaker, I could like take that step. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna live in one of those like New York outer places like Cold
Okay, yeah.
Spring or Fishkill
Yeah.
or something like that. But where am I? I'm not going back to Missouri. I'm not.
Missouri.
Yeah, no, I'm not going back there. Great. So I do have a customary first question. First question,
right.
10 minutes into the interview or whatever it is. I want to hear a little bit about your community journey.
Okay.
How did you come to the show, and sort of what is the story of your life with the show?
So I came to this show kind of late. I want to say it was like 2014 when I started really, really getting into community. And I think was that before season 6 or was that season 5?
You said
2014?
2014? That is season 5 aired early 2014. Like
that's what I thought.
January 2nd, 2014 is repilot.
Okay, yeah. That was kind of when I got into it. One of my best friends in the world, Tom, we have very, very similar tastes, and he already knew this was going to be my favorite show before I even watched it. And he was like, you need to watch Community. It's right up your alley. It's super meta. It's pop culture references out the wazoo. It's funny. It's smart. So I took his suggestion to heart and I binged it hardcore. And then we ended up watching season 6 together, which was nice. So it's a really short story. That was my journey. I tend to rewatch it a couple times a year. It's become my comfort show. I also have depression. Who doesn't?
Depressed Club, absolutely.
Depressed Club. So I usually tend to fall back on comedies, and Community specifically has been such a balm for my sad soul. So that was kind of my journey. It's just short and sweet.
Fantastic. Yeah. And you did, if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, you did those recently, like looking streets behind retrospective articles. So it's obviously, like, as you said, like stuck with you. And sticking.
Which I'm hoping to release a new one tomorrow. I took a month off, so I'm hoping to get back at it.
Ha. That's fantastic. I can't wait. So what are sort of the characters or the episodes that you most latch onto on Community?
Characters. I think when I initially started, I would have said Annie. Mm-hmm. And I remember at the time I went to school for acting, so I was doing some acting at the time, and my friend Tom was like, you would just be perfect for Annie. So I kind of latched on to her, and I was like, oh, I could play an Annie type character. And then I feel like as I've gotten older, I've grown really attached to Troy. I think he's my favorite. I can't watch the episode when he leaves without just bawling like a baby.
I'm gonna have to watch it here in a few weeks, and I'm just never I'm never prepared.
Prepared. Even after knowing what happens, having watched it multiple times, I'm not ready for it. It kills me. I wish he could have stayed for the whole run. I really do. So character, I'd say right now Troy is my favorite character, is one I identify with the most. But I also really love Britta. Britta has grown on me quite a bit too.
Now you're in my heart space. Now you're
I know. I love Britta, and I feel like the older I get, the more I was kind of, when I was younger, I would consider myself more of an Annie type, and I feel like the older I get, the more Britta I become, and I embrace it, and I love it.
Britta really sticks to the ribs in my eyes, and I'm in my late 20s now, and there's something about like, oh, I am going through similar processes that she is, where it's like there are these causes that I care about, but I'm also making these compromises to live like a standard American human life, and balancing that. And I also feel like the worst sometimes, or a dumping ground, right? Like I feel that very strongly, and people have very strong opinions about quote unquote the Britta arc.
Yeah, they do.
So I would love to hear your take on Britta's character development as the show goes on.
Well, I know a lot of people think that she sort of devolved, I guess. She didn't really grow. That they dumbed her down. I don't know. I don't think that. I think that she retained a lot of those innate qualities that she had from the beginning. That the show just sort of brought out maybe her more goofy side. They sort of honed in on, the zaniness of her character. And I feel like that happened with a lot of the characters over the course of the show, that as they grew into this family unit, they sort of brought out that goofiness in each other. I think that Britta's, those inherent traits that we loved about her from the beginning, that she's kind, she's caring, she wears her heart on her sleeve. I think that those qualities are still there, and I don't think the show outright ignores them. So I'm kind of a devil's advocate when it comes to that. Like, I don't think she was dumbed down. I don't see it that way.
That is definitely my interpretation as well. And in my 6,400 word Britta essay that I put out last year, I summarized what Jillian over at a different community podcast said, where it was I also relate to that process of coming off one particular way and then slowly feeling more comfortable to open up about who I am and the sillier side. Because you're right, that happened. Troy, he was dumb from the pilot, but he definitely expanded and became sillier and goofier.
Yeah, exactly.
Softer. And Annie, who starts out so rigid, definitely also goes through that same process. Where in the episode we're here talking about, right? Where that moment where Jeff agrees to do the caper and she wants to squeal and he's like, don't squeal. So she starts doing a little dance.
Yeah.
That is a similar evolution as the Britta character. Annie of the pilot would not give up standing and roll around on the floor and say bleebity blow blow blah blee blue blue, but that character expanded as the show went on. No, it's a good take. So let's dive into perhaps the episode that we're here to talk about, the Ass Crack Bandit episode. Where does this one sit with you?
I wouldn't have put it in my top 10 or 15 episodes of all time, but as I continue to rewatch it, it's definitely growing on me. I actually rewatched it before we sat down to do this, just so that it was fresh in my mind. I love it. I love that it, parodies Seven, and I love that dark, oversaturated quality with the cinematography. I love it. I'm blanking right now. My brain is blanking.
Totally okay.
Story of my life. I love the scene where the dean is on the phone with the Ass Crack Bandit and he starts snapping at Rhonda. That scene never fails to make me laugh.
Trace the call.
Trace the call. And she's like, check the caller ID. I love everything. I love when Community gets thematic and it parodies different film properties. I think those are some of my favorite Community episodes out there, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So that does sort of beg the question. I mean, it's obviously tough to choose because there's 110 episodes, but are there any big ones for you? If you cannot craft a top 10, what are the ones that you go back to the most often?
Well, I did make not one, but 2 top 15 lists for Geek Girl. So I do have some episodes on retainer in my head. I would say Remedial Chaos Theory. I didn't rank them in any way.
Well, that's, I mean, we attempt to on this show as a foolhardy action of hubris.
I can't even try to rank them for me. I could maybe do a top 5, but Remedial Chaos Theory for sure. I love Epidemiology. I love Regional Holiday Music.
I did pull up your list that you published in July of 2020. I can't argue with any of your choices here.
Okay, that was the part 2, I think. Part 1 I did a couple years ago.
I just typed in Geek Girl Authority top 15 community, and I just clicked on whatever brought itself up.
Oh, well, that's nice. It's got a nice Google ranking. I appreciate that.
Of course.
So yeah, where was I at? I do love Geothermal Escapism as much as I hate Troy's departure. Overall, it is such a solid episode.
There's a lot of episodes, 110.
There's so many. Any of the paintball episodes are good. Any
For
of
sure.
them. All of them.
All of them. Yeah, I mean, you got, modern warfare, conspiracy theories, cooperative calligraphy, paradigms of human memory. I mean,
Thank you for listing those. I couldn't remember them, but yes, all of those.
Your top 15 is not dissimilar to our current top 15. There's a couple inclusions or moves. We have the billiards episode and the first Christmas episode ranked pretty high, but it's pretty darn close to what we're working with here.
I didn't really include anything from the gas leak year.
Nor, I mean, as much as I'm sort of a gas leak year apologist, nothing would crack the top 15.
Nothing
of the whole, nothing. It is the worst season. There's definitely episodes I like. There's definitely bits of every episode I like, usually involving Jim Rash.
Anything with Jim Rash.
Anything with Jim. Gold. Community is really the story of the ascension of Dean Craig Pelton from occasional supporting character to honestly the second lead to Jeff by the time you get to season 6.
Yes.
They've decided he's number 2, and I can't argue with their decision-making process.
No, I would say he's probably tied with Troy as my 2 favorite characters.
It's so great.
It's so great. I love I'm blanking, but the episode where they filmed the commercial for Greendale. I'm blanking on the title for it right now.
Documentary filmmaking Redux.
Okay, I almost. Yes, I love that. Is such a good Dean Pelton centric episode.
Yeah, it's his first big showcase. Because they add him to the main roster in season 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first time where it's this is Pelton centric. We are focusing on him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's only a strategy that will continue to pay out dividends as the show goes on, even though the Dean is missing from a lot of the big episodes Chaos Theory and cooperative polygraphy and all that stuff. It's polygraphy, whatever.
I say polygraphy.
I say polygraphy, but maybe that's just because it rhymes with calligraphy.
I think that's why I say it. That's why I say it that way in my head for sure.
Got nothing. But it's a strategy that again will only continue to pay off for them as the show goes along.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So we're kind of getting close to wrapping up here. But I would love to hear, because everybody has their own hot take about the last 3 seasons of Community. We can all agree on seasons 1 through 3. Everyone thinks they're good.
Of course.
And that top 15 I was looking at, very 1 through 3 heavy, which again, cannot argue with you. But do you have a particular, Troy leaves in the middle of one of those seasons. What are your thoughts and feelings about the second half of Community?
Well, I wouldn't say loathe season 4, but I used to kind of skip it with some of my rewatches. But the more I dive into it, the more it grows on me a little bit. I mean, it's definitely not if I had to rank the seasons, it would still be last. I feel like there are a lot of people that don't like season 5 and 6, and I love them.
Thank you.
I think they're great. I wish Hickey could have stayed longer. I loved his character. Although Elroy has a special place in my heart, but maybe it's just because I love Keith David so much.
I love Keith David so much. And that we got 12 episodes of Community starring Keith David, 13 if you count Pillows and Blankets where he does the voiceover. Like, what a treat. Yeah. What a joy that we all got to experience.
And Paget Brewster, like,
so good.
we were blessed in the, you know, sort of the supporting character department with those last 2 seasons. And even with Troy leaving, while it did certainly leave a void, and for me, as a big Troy fan, it was a little hard to get over. But I think the show maintained momentum even after this, and it adjusted accordingly. And then of course you have Chevy Chase or Pierce died, but you know, he's just we don't really need him. I was sad to see Shirley go, and I kind of wish we would have had a better exit for her. I feel like it was just okay, yeah, she's not here, but let's squeeze her into this little scene in the end credits, you know, just to show where she is.
It's very abrupt, and
it is very abrupt.
Part of that is, you know, scheduling, where it's like she dropped in the 8 months between Community 5 and 6 or whatever it was. Like she drops to take care of her father who's very sick. So part of that is like, I don't know if we can make this work. You know, she got a job on the Odd Couple sitcom that was on. So like the scheduling was rough. And you know, I mean, Community is always underutilized, surely. So it's
always.
So I don't want to say it's like apropos that they don't give her a send off, but I'm not surprised. You know what I mean?
True. I guess, you know, Pierce was given a funeral, a whole episode dedicated to his funeral. So I was kind of hoping, you know, that Shirley would get a better send off. But even with, you know, those 3 main characters leaving within the course of the season, I think Community still managed to stay afloat and then some, because I love season 6. I really do. And I think the finale is so like it's
excellent.
It's perfect.
It's one of the best series finales I've ever seen, ever.
Amen.
And how many times can you say that? How many times can you say, oh, the series finale of this show is fantastic? Not
a hell of a lot better than How I Met Your Mother. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, if that's our grading scale. Community like took a dirt bike off that hill and just scrambled all the way up. You know, like I think Justified ends really well. I think Hannibal ends really well. I am a big Lost finale defender, but that simply cannot open up that can of worms.
Oh, it is. I have yet to. I think I watched the first couple episodes, and I should watch more just so I can have conversations about it. But it's just one of those shows I never jumped on.
No, and it's excellent, but there's also a lot of it. You know, those are not short episodes, and it was broadcast, so there's over 120, you know, 40-minute episodes.
Yeah.
It's not a small haul to do. One day I'll do a Lost podcast, but that is another 6-season endeavor, and I'm not ready to commit to that.
Not ready to open that can of worms.
No, not ready to open that hatch. That is a joke for all you Lost fans out there. But fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad to meet another season 6 defender, because I love that season. I find it very comforting. They recover season 5. You know, they bring in Hickey for Pierce, which is okay, and then they kind of have like Duncan in the place of Troy, because he's pretty prevalent in that season, but it doesn't. I love Duncan, but it doesn't quite go. And then you bring in Frankie and Elroy, and you have two like completely new types of jokes the show can tell. Those characters have their own comedic language, and it really just expands the show and deepens the well that we can pull from. The only thing I wish is that we had like 8 more episodes with them.
Yes, please.
That Yahoo had thrown down the money for even more episodes. But yeah, that is another timeline, I'm afraid. We do not know what that would be like.
All we can hope for is a movie, I guess.
And I can't imagine they wouldn't be in it, you know? It can't just be like original study group only, because Community grew beyond original study group only.
I agree with that. I got to meet Allison Brie a couple years ago. I was in LA and I got invited to this Netflix for your consideration event. Like they had one for each of their major shows. So she was in Glow. So I went to like a Glow Q&A, and then afterwards we got to meet her. And they were serving free drinks. So the only way I was going to approach her is if I was a little bit liquored up.
Liquid courage.
Little liquid courage. So I got a little wine in me, and I met her, and we're chatting, and I was like, so that Community movie, huh? When's that coming about? And she, bless her heart, she's so sweet and gracious, and I'm sure she gets asked that all the time.
Yeah.
But she was like, go bug Harmon about it. So Harmon, what gives?
Yeah, Harmon, we know you're listening to this.
Right? You're listening.
You're listening to all 15
everything.
Community podcasts. We know. Yeah, fantastic. So we're coming to the end here. So why don't you tell the good folks out there where they can find you and where they can follow your work?
Okay. Well, I am on Twitter at Melody McCune. Mostly retweeting dumb shit. That's what I do.
Writing about Winona Earp.
I could talk about that finale for ages and ages and ages. I'm not over it yet, but I will recover. There's still time.
Time heals all wounds.
Right. So yeah, just talking about usually Winona Earp or Community. It's one of the two. Or Falcon and Winter Soldier is my major obsession right now too. I write for Geek Girl Authority, so you can find me there, and managing editor. I also write for Sideshow Collectibles for their pop culture blog.
Oh, cool.
So you can find me there from time to time. I've written for Culturist. Yeah, you can just find me on the interwebs talking about dumb shit.
Talking about dumb shit, which is all I do.
Right?
That's what I've done for now 50 some odd episodes, a year of this Community podcast, you know?
Coins on the sidewalk, coins in the palm of my hand. Coins in the ass crack or the eyes of a dead man. Drawn from the shadows, quartered by fate. He's the ass crack bandit, enemy of the state. Messiah, who's to say? Save yourself a coin for the ferryman. Crossing the river, sticks of your ass. Wipe the smile from your face, kids, 'cause this ain't funny. And don't forget your jukebox money. A-S-S-C-R-A-C-K. brothers, your sisters, they all bend over. Your friends and